And so did them results then, get you noticed for some team
Yeah,
starting to get some guys asking you then?
yeah. I ended up signing for Madison Saracen.
And was that obviously, at that time, I think Will always was part of the GB Worlds program, wasn't he, for the downhill? Uh,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
seems like people that had done well at Worlds seem to get the opportunity to ride for Will's team after that, like yourself, Matt Simmons. Uh,
Yeah, true.
yeah. So how did that come about, and how was the experience on that team? Because you had some really good results on that team, didn't you?
Yeah, like 2012. I mean, I was privateer, but I had a good bike. I had good suspension. I had good components. I had race kit that made me feel like I looked good. So
Yeah.
that's always a bonus.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
In it, if you're in the start line and you feel like you look mint, you're just like easy.
Yeah.
Got bird shit on me, nice kit.
Was it?
What can go wrong, you know?
Yeah.
Um,
I'd
but
normally
yeah,
shit on me instead, and that's not good luck.
but yeah, and then after, I mean, I was training hard too. Like I was in Morzine a lot in that summer of 2012, leading up to World Champs and that.
Yeah.
And I'd go running down by the river in the mornings, and they had those little workout stations. I'd do me sit ups and me
Oh,
little jumps over a log and stuff.
I've
Um,
literally just been there with Harrison.
yeah, it's pretty fun, isn't it, down there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, so yeah, I was in good shape, but then yeah, I got on the Madison team, and with that came training with Millway, Alan Millway,
Right.
which was pretty sick, to be fair.
Yeah.
Um, and I'd trained with Stefan Girard in the past
Hmm.
when I was on the Sun thing.
Yeah.
But with Millway, we'd actually go to the Birmingham University and go in the gym in the morning and the lab in the afternoon, or
Right.
vice versa. I can't remember. But it was super professional.
Hmm.
Everything was recorded, so you could see how well you were improving. Um, yeah, and I learned loads there, which was sweet, which helped my riding.
And
Yeah,
and what do you think? For people that might not have been at that level or actually had a proper training program. I mean, I never had a proper training program or trainer or anything, and that's probably why. Well, no, not the only reason. You've got the skills as well, but what what do you think that do? Obviously, you're a mega bike rider anyway. You're a big, strong lad, which
yeah,
helps with downhill. But what extra do you think that gave you? Was it the physical performance that improved that much, or was it because you'd done that? It helped your head as well. Is it a mixture of?
yeah, yeah. Definitely both. Like just to get on a exercise bike, well, the watt bike things, and see how much power you can put out. Like I think it was over 2 horsepower I
So you
did
put that
once.
with 2,000 watts.
Yeah,
There's not a lot of dudes that do that, is there?
no, but then my power to weight wasn't that great because I was around 100 kilograms.
Right. Okay.
So
I,
I was always like trying to get stronger but lose weight.
I can't imagine
Um,
Rat was doing 2,000 watts,
Probably not. No.
but he was
Um,
in light.
yeah, a little lighter. So
Yeah.
it's all horses for courses too, isn't it?
Hmm.
And like now, I don't think Jackson does 2,000 watts, but
Probably
he's a little,
200.
yeah, little fella. But
He's
it's there's a
insane.
lot of small guys going well at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah. And
But yeah, the training, like to just have it on paper, like you are this strong,
yeah,
is a
just
bit of
make
a
you feel
yeah.
fast.
You oh, man, yeah, I'm strong.
Yeah.
Trainer says I'm strong, so sweet.
Yeah.
But then having it organised, so you like have your goal. I want to win a race, so I want to be in the top. My goal is like top 10 World Cups because
Yeah.
that's what I thought I was capable of. So
Hmm.
um, yeah, to then have sit down with a trainer and be like, well, I feel like I could I'm a bit fatigued on a Sunday. So
Hmm.
it's like, right, let's get some big road miles in this winter.
Okay.
Or my arms are tired, or my shoulders, or I feel like upper body strength could be better. She's like, yeah, right, we'll do this, this, this. This is the goal. These are the steps to the goal.
Hmm.
So it's like, do X amount of stretching each week. Yeah, done that. Do this many squats. Yeah, done that. Do some plyometrics. Yeah. And you're like, oh, I've done all this.
Yeah.
So the next thing is achieving my goal, and I'm 90% of the way there. So I've basically done it.
Yeah.
So then you've got this plan, and then you have a plan for the race weekend as well,
And
and
would
you
Mill
just
let
tick.
you do that?
He'd help with it.
Right.
Yeah, I learned more of that off Phil Dixon in later years.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, you put it all in place, do everything, and like I was aware of my own ability. So it's like, well, I've done everything I need to do to get to here. So all I need to do is do what I know I can do, which
Yeah.
is set off, go
Yeah.
out the start, and ride my bike down the hill, and it would work.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Brilliant.
yeah.
And
Um,
who were your teammates on Madison Saracen that year?
Harry Malloy, Phil
Yeah.
Atwell,
Yeah.
Manon.
Yeah.
I think that's it
Okay.
for like the World Cup group.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and then the year after, Simmons joined,
Yeah.
and then we were together for 2 seasons, Matt and I,
Hmm.
and then I went to GT
So
after that.
you were on that program for 3 years,
Yeah, 3 full seasons.
and I remember you getting obviously you got the podium at Lord
Lords.
when
Yeah,
Mike Jones was on the podium for our team with you. Um,
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
you got a podium at South Africa, didn't you?
No,
Were you sick there or something?
sixth. I had a huge crash through after the finish line. I'd executed a pretty nice run, and like Africa's a funny one. I had that like big flat BMX style section, and yeah, I didn't think I'd do well because I always saw myself as like more of a technical, like get me on some muddy,
Yeah,
slippy off camber, and that's where I'd excel, sort of thing.
but you had
So
power,
going to
so you could pedal.
yeah, yeah, I could pedal, and I had a bit of weight behind me,
Hmm.
so if I was up to speed, I could carry it, and that track sort of helps that.
Yeah,
But like in the motorway bit, I remember I was just coming into jumps, sort of tucked, and like landing them perfect on the knuckles, getting that nice pump, and then as the bike had compressed and as the bike was standing up, I just start pedaling.
yeah, yeah.
But none of it felt rushed. It
Right.
just
Okay.
felt right.
Yeah.
Um, got to the bottom, had a hugie through the line. Like
Hmm.
I crossed the line, and you know when you do your lunge,
Yeah. You just
did a bit of a lunge. Well, I grabbed a bit of front brake, and there was some tiny ruts, like not big, and it just took my front wheel.
yeah,
And there's a crash, a picture of the crash, and I'm still clipped in, like arms are out like that, bikes above my head, and sick Mick was in the hot seat,
yeah, yeah,
and he's just looking at it, watching it all unfold. And I crashed all the way through the finish area thing, and landed like at the feet of the video guy with his big camera, just looking at me. I'd knee pad around the ankle, sort of thing, grazed my knee a bit,
yeah,
still out of breath from the run. Just
yeah,
like what has just happened? Like,
yeah,
where am I? So that was season opener as well.
yeah. I remember that, and
Um,
you had quite a few top tens at the start of that year, didn't you?
yeah, and the year after, and
Yeah.
that's where when I realised I was getting a bit not like burnt out, but just I'd come into a season after I'd been in a good routine,
Mm.
and everything was in order and whatnot. But then I think I get tired from all the travelling and stuff like that,
Right.
and all the political stuff as well. Um, So like mid season, I'd not be over it. I'd still want to do well, but it'd become more frustrating,
Right.
and I could still get good results, but yeah, for some reason, the start of the years I'd do better.
When it was kind of fresher, like, and you,
Yeah, fresh, and I was excited to be there, and
yeah.
yeah,
Mm.
and then yeah, sort of yeah, I don't know how to say it really. Didn't lose the love for it, but I wouldn't be that excited to go away, if you know what I mean.
Wasn't like the
And
be all and end all for everything, like,
nah, then I'd be looking forward to going home.
yeah.
I'd be like, oh yeah, let's get this race run done so we can go home. Or go and party.
I think just from working with different riders and seeing different things and being away myself, I think like if it gets to that point, you're not going to win, are you?
Nah,
It's no matter how good you are, you're not going to win. You
no.
got to want to be there and do it more than anything else, haven't you?
Yeah, and at the end of the day, like there's probably 100 guys that are well, more than 100 that are world class
Yeah,
athletes, but you can be 30th place
yeah,
and you're 3 seconds behind fifth
yeah.
over a 3 minute track.
Yeah. It's
So it's
not
like 1 second every 60,
mad, isn't it?
which is nothing. But to have the drive to get that 1 second a minute quicker,
Yeah,
you've got to risk a lot more. Well, you just got to put everything aside. You're like, I need to be point 0.1 of a second faster than them,
yeah,
or faster than my last run,
yeah,
or
yeah.
and like, how am I going to do that? Yeah. So yeah, if you're not 120% committed, then yeah, like you're saying, it's yeah, I don't think you can do it,
No, I agree.
whoever you are.
No,
Yeah,
and so obviously, Willow has had a very professional program.
yeah, yeah,
Times I've spent with Will is like he's not really a big party guy after at the end of the day, is he? He doesn't, he's quite does his job, and he can be wild, but he's
yeah,
quite,
and yeah,
you know what I mean? Probably a bit more sensible in a lot of his day-to-day stuff than maybe a few other people, probably
others,
myself. Um,
yeah,
but um, I imagine that everything was, good. You had everything in place on that team to perform well, but then when you moved over to the GT team, I imagine it was quite different, but like a good crack. Is that fair to say, or what? How?
yeah, yeah, definitely. Well,
Yeah.
with the Madison thing, it ended up I felt like I couldn't really be myself.
Okay.
Like I got a podium at a national and I wore a little black beanie, said Fox on it, like Fox suspension. We were sponsored by Fox,
Right.
but I got told I looked scruffy on the podium.
Goodbye.
I don't need to. Well,
The
but I
team.
will. Yeah. Well, he'd been told by someone higher up,
Okay.
and yeah, I might have looked scruffy, but
It's
I'm a bit of a scruffy guy,
downhill. It's a downhill race. You need to be
Yeah,
road
I'm
dependent.
like it's. I think it was Fort Bill. It's like we're in Scotland. It's April. It's cold.
Yeah.
I'm on the podium. I'm gonna wear a beanie because I wear one every day.
Yeah.
Like, what's the problem?
What
But
were
it wasn't.
you supposed to wear? Like, was there a rule in your team?
Well, an official team hat,
Right.
and I think it may be a baseball cap. I don't know. And
Right.
then another time I did when Dirt TV was really going off.
Yeah.
I did like a post qualifying chat. And I was on my spin bike and I was wearing an animal clothing t-shirt because that was our casual clothing sponsor.
Okay.
And did like a 3 or 4 minute chat with Ben Winder. and it was kind of funny, when the little interview goes well and you're giggling and cracking jokes with one another. And then we did it, and then Will come over and was like, "You're gonna have to do that again. You're not wearing Madison clothing." And Madison clothing was the riding outfit sponsorship, and because I was on a bike, I had to be wearing the Madison clothing,
Wow.
not the casual thing.
Wow.
And yeah, yeah. I mean, it's super professional, but it doesn't work for everyone.
Yeah, no, I can understand both
Both
sides.
sides.
I,
Yeah. Me too, looking back at it. But at the time,
yeah,
you're
I mean,
just like, what?
well, I was never that strict on our team. Maybe I should have been more strict in certain areas, but like you say, I kind of wanted people to be themselves, and that's what makes, in my opinion, makes a team cool. That you've got different characters, and you know I'd much see your personality in you look right in a beanie, whereas if you had a team Formula One cap on, I couldn't really see you wearing that. You know what I mean?
In a set of white jeans
Yeah.
and some shit flickers or something.
I mean, funnily enough, that you're saying that, when I was running the team, I basically got to, make most of the decisions. I didn't have people on my back too much, but I
Yeah, yeah,
did an interview at a race about a pre-race interview for the team and who I thought was going to do well on the team and that kind of shit for our team video. Uh,
yeah,
and yeah, my ex boss messaged me and said I looked scruffy because I hadn't had a shave, and I was thinking,
yeah,
like a downhill race. It's like you know
yeah. What
everyone,
does a bit of facial hair matter?
everyone's scruffy at a downhill race, aren't they?
Yeah,
It's that's
well,
that's the beauty of downhill. It's like people, loads of different people that are all from different backgrounds and different looks and different big dudes, small dudes, skinny dudes, bigger dudes. Everyone.
yeah,
So it's a sport that allows so many different people to be good at it, isn't it?
yeah. And
Yeah.
like variety is the spice of life, isn't it? If we're all
Just-
Loic Bruni, not saying he's boring her out, but if we're all Bruni,
yeah,
it'd be
yeah,
pretty boring. But when
yeah.
you watch Bruni do his thing in his way, in
Yeah,
his
it
outfit,
works,
whatever,
doesn't it?
you're like, hats off to him. He's
Yeah.
executing it like a champ.
Oh, unbelievable. Yeah. But then
Yeah,
Jackson Goldstone, who, the current crop, who's totally different to him. You know,
yeah,
I really like Amory Pirion because he's a bit wild and he's flipping a bit crazy on the bike, and there's plenty of other dudes that are different and all get it done. So yeah,
yeah.